Hey, everybody, and welcome to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. This is Katie Weaver, and I'm here with my co anchor, sister, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Excited to be here. Good. Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an exciting day. It's a very
It
auspicious
is.
day.
This is an important day. Yeah. And
Yes,
one
it
that we
is.
definitely want to make sure people know about.
Yeah. So if you watch our channel regularly, you know that at the beginning of 2021, we dedicated ourselves to doing one MMIW case per week for this whole year. MMIW, of course, stands for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls.
Yeah.
And if you watch us regularly, you know why we did that.
Yep.
But the numbers are staggering. The situation with missing and murdered Indigenous women in the United States and Canada are unthinkable.
It's absolutely sickening.
It is frightening. So, a few things to know. Native women are murdered at a rate of 10 times higher than other ethnicities. 10 times.
What
And
the hell?
murder is the third leading cause of death for Indigenous women in the United States and Canada.
Good God.
Third leading. I mean, that's just unthinkable.
It is.
A lot of them are committed by non-native people, but some are committed, of course, on reservation land. There's a huge problem with jurisdiction, as we know. There's a lot of problems with
So bad.
communication between state, local, and tribal law enforcement, and then all of the jurisdictional issues about who's supposed to investigate what and what resources do we have or not have. And that is a big part of the problem because nothing is normalized.
Well, and who gives a damn? Clearly, there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole give a damn problem going on here where
Yeah.
many of these women and girls just apparently don't matter enough
Mm-hmm.
to whoever, and I don't even friggin' care who it is.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
care. Ugh.
In 2016 alone, 5,712 Native women went missing or were murdered.
Good God. And that's in 1 year.
Nearly 6,000 in 1 year.
That's
Additionally,
unfreaking.
84% of Native women report experiencing violence in their lifetime.
Mm.
Yeah. And so that birthed a movement, the movement being the MMIW movement
Yeah.
or the No More Stolen Sisters movement.
Yes.
They're kind of two movements that go hand in hand. One thing that we've learned about the MMIW movement is that there are a lot of different groups that are kind of operating under the same kind of ideas and
Yes. But
working, yeah,
lots
working
of
not,
different communities doing
yes,
similar work.
yeah. So not necessarily working together, but working alongside one another.
Yeah.
And so in 2017, there was a delegation in Montana, Montana's congressional delegation. They are the ones that led the way for the passage of a Senate resolution to declare May 5th National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Native Women and Girls.
Yeah.
So that's why today, May 5th,
Today.
we are bringing you guys this broadcast so that we can talk about that a little bit more. So this was actually in response to the murder of Hannah Harris
Mm-hmm.
at the Northern Cheyenne Reservation in 2013. And big surprise, the justice system was woefully inadequate. And her family and friends conducted searches for her because they weren't really getting any help. I know I'm a broken record. We've said it so
Boy, have
many
we heard
times
that
about,
story before.
oh my goodness, just over and over. That their community got really involved. They led marches. They started getting involved in other unresolved murders of Native American women. And it was from her disappearance and the lack of justice that it really started to pick up steam that we've got to get loud, we've got to organize, we've got to get some much better awareness into what's happening to these women because nothing is changing. and
No.
nobody seems to care. I mean, when I
Yeah.
tell you that nearly 6,000 Native American women were killed or went missing in 2016, I'll bet you didn't know that, you
Yeah.
know? I
No.
bet you didn't hear about it because it's not really being looked into like it should be.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We live in Idaho where we are one of the states with the big problem, and I gotta tell you, until a couple of years ago, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't know at all.
No. No.
And we're
So,
crime junkies, you guys. We
yeah.
pay attention to this stuff, but there
Mhm.
was so little in the news.
Yeah. Well, not too long ago, we handled a case that came out of Fort Hall, which is very near us. That's the Shoshone-Bannock tribe, very near us, of
Mhm.
a woman that was dismembered. And I'd never even heard of it before.
No, Rebecca Plenty Wounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her case has never even been deemed a murder,
Yeah.
you guys, let
Because
alone investigated.
apparently she just dismembered herself.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
what.
utter bullshit.
Mhm. So that is essentially what this movement is about and what the Native communities are up against. So a few things that, of course, are being called on are better tribal victim services, better tribal justice resources, better normalization of information between agencies.
Oh, man, that is, like, problem numero uno.
Hmm.
There's no
Yep.
there is no database, you guys.
No,
We can't tell you how many MMIW cases there are in the US right now
no,
because nobody friggin' knows. There's no
yep,
database.
yep.
There's no way to
The
search.
Yes, the information has got to be normalized amongst agencies so that they can help each other, so that they can see a trend, so that
Yeah,
they can work across different nations to work on these issues together, as well as with the FBI and the local authorities in whatever area they're in. There's so much to it. Now, to be fair, there are some steps being taken right now in Congress.
yeah,
One of them was renewing the Violence Against Women Act,
yeah,
and that's a big deal. That helps to support this movement quite a bit.
it
There's so
does.
much more work to be done. And so
Well,
it's,
the US, President Biden did, appoint Deb Haaland as
yes.
the, uh, Secretary of the Interior, and she
Hmm.
has publicly said
Yeah.
that one of her big priorities will be the MMIW situation, and that's
Hmm.
huge. We've never had a Native person
Yes.
in charge of the Department of the Interior before,
Yeah.
and it's time.
Uh-huh.
We're so past time of people giving a damn, but also even knowing to get
Hmm.
involved and help, you know?
Yeah. Even knowing a damn should be given. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. And I think it is going to change. We see changes that are starting to roll forward. What
Mhm.
we all need to do is make sure that our legislators know that we demand it. We are
Yes.
insisting on it. We
Mhm.
will be a part of it. Are watching them.
Yeah.
We expect them to support any legislation that could help with these issues because
Yeah.
we live in a state that probably won't.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't have any problem talking to our legislators. We've done it lots of times,
Yeah.
but
Well, and,
so go ahead.
I was just gonna say, make sure that that is an issue that gets addressed by people running for Congress in your state.
Hmm.
Ask them, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's your stance on the MMIW situation? What are you gonna do?"
Yeah. Yep.
Because
We
first of
need
all,
to,
they better friggin' know what that is,
yes,
number
they better
1.
know
Number
what that
2,
is and show some serious concern towards
yeah,
that topic. Yeah.
yeah,
So let me tell you what the National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Native Women and Girls is all about.
okay,
They have four objectives. One, to honor the lives of Native sisters.
yeah,
Two, to continue to shed light on the countless tragedies involving Native sisters. Three, highlight the need for ongoing grassroots advocacy and organizing for change of laws, policies, protocols, and allocation of increased resources at the tribal, federal, and state levels to end these injustices. And then, of course, create the sharing of information needed to understand the legal reforms and changes required.
Yeah.
So it's what it is. It is a motion, it is a movement forward to help push forward their movement.
Right.
Things you can do. You can share their stories as you see them on social media.
Yeah.
Not just the gore and the missing women. Please do that. Use the
Mhm.
hashtag MMIW.
Yes.
But you can also, as you're watching, in the news and you see anything that comes up about legislation, you
Mhm.
can sound off about that. You can share that. You can talk to other people about why this is so important. You can donate money.
Yes.
And if you want to donate, look for, and this is again where things get a little bit tricky because there's different organizations that are working, you know, so you have to decide, where you'd like to put your resources. But the National Indigenous Women's Resource Center is a really, really good website. They have a magazine, they have a policy center, they have ways to get involved, they have ways to donate. I would highly recommend seeking them out.
Mhm. Definitely, and see what's happening in your state.
Hmm.
Because, one of the things that we have to be careful about is that we think, "Oh, this is all just happening around reservations." No, no, it isn't. This is happening in urban areas too.
Yeah,
It is more about the ethnicity of the person than it is about their location,
very
and
much.
that's super important to know.
Hmm.
So, just because you live in a big city doesn't mean there isn't an MMIW problem in your city. There probably is.
There probably is. Yep. Yep. You can also educate yourself on sex trafficking and what
Yes.
sex trafficking looks like from scholastic sources, from reputable sources. We're not talking about conspiracy theories. We're talking
No.
about the real picture of sex trafficking because we do believe that many missing Indigenous women are being trafficked. We
Yes.
do believe that's
Absolutely.
happening. That is a part of the problem here. And
Yeah.
so really seeing trafficking for what it is, recognizing it, and then going to the what is the place? There's a hotline.
Yeah. I could have told you the last time we talked about it, can't think. Just look up National Sex Trafficking Hotline, and it
That's
will.
right. Yep.
And you'll get the number. There's a number to call. There's a lot of
Mhm.
they have a great website with a lot of good, information and, like, what can you do and what should you watch out for in your communities and that kind of thing. Because yeah, that's part of the problem here. There are definitely murders going on, but there's also just women and girls going missing, just flat disappearing,
Yep.
and a lot of them are being trafficked.
Yep. Yep. And so that is an opportunity for all of us to get educated and pay attention.
Yeah.
So those are recommendations that we have to
Mhm.
get involved. One thing that has surfaced is that there are people who are making like MMIW merch, like particularly with the red hand, or it's like a picture of the red dresses or the red hand, maybe across someone's face. Uh,
Mhm.
that's fine if they are Indigenous and they're selling those. That's fine.
Mhm.
Be sure if you're buying merch like that that it is coming from an Indigenous source.
Yeah.
What's happening is that people are stealing the movement in a sense. It's mostly you see people like t-shirt makers, particularly,
Yeah.
that just find graphics that they think are cool or that people will buy, and they rip them off of other people's cultures or their
Mhm.
own work, and that's happening. And so if you're going to buy a piece of like a t-shirt or something else that has MMIW stuff on it, just be sure that it's coming from an Indigenous source. From
Yeah.
There are lots of places within Indian nations that are selling stuff like that to help further this cause, and that's
Mhm.
amazing. Just make sure it is if you're going to put your money there.
Yeah, make sure it's legit.
Yeah.
And, try to support in your local community. Look for the
Yeah.
MMIW or the No More Stolen Sisters groups in your community, and
Yeah.
then try to get involved with them, purchase their merch,
Hmm.
go to their marches, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
and support in your community.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the most important things, I think, is to
Yeah.
recognize what's going on in your own areas and support right there.
Yeah,
That
because
that's
it's gonna be different, for us in Idaho, we don't live that far from several reservations,
yeah,
and we're rural and all that stuff, so
yeah,
our issues here are different than they are in urban places, but it doesn't mean this issue isn't around.
yeah,
It's just different.
yeah, yeah. So those are our thoughts. So today, let us really, all of us, put a little thought into and a little whatever, a little prayer, a little meditation, a little something into not just this movement, but all of those that have been lost
Yeah,
and their families
and those
and
currently missing.
and those currently missing. And let's all just vow to demand better.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
every way.
Yeah. So again, I would really like to steer you towards the National Indigenous Women's Center.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good website that has a lot of great information and a lot of opportunities to get involved and to read more about policy. So I would check them out first if you want more information and then spin off from there. There's also some great MMIW pages and groups on Facebook that are very
Mhm.
worth paying attention to as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Well, that's what we've got, guys. So
Mhm.
thank you for being here with us. It's Wednesday, so we'll be back this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain for case updates, live case updates. That's a live stream. And then Thursday night at 7 p.m. Mountain for the psychic hour. So we
Yeah,
have lots more good stuff to come. Hopefully, we'll see a pop up or two coming up this weekend as well. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on. So hang out with
we
us.
sure do.
If you have not, please subscribe, uh, like, comment, share, if we resonate with you.
Share this video with people that maybe don't know anything about what the MMIW situation is.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to get loud. We've got to
We
keep
do.
talking. Got to
Yep,
keep talking. If you want to suggest a case to us, head over to truecrimeparanormalpodcast.com. That's the place to do it. And that's the place to learn a lot more about who Kristi and I are, what we do,
mhm.
and more about our work. So that's what we've got. So thanks so much for being here, guys. Take care. This has been another production of True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.
Bye, guys.